these miracle happenings that have saved them. You know, you think about the amount of road accidents that where an angel has turned up and saved somebody.
Yeah, and they found themselves outside of a vehicle and have no knowledge of how they've got to the side of the road.
Absolutely. Again, you know, it's like they're everywhere in our lives. They're surrounding us all the time, looking out for us. But, you know... Yeah,
I mean, for mine, I always feel that we have been given free will.
Yes,
and they can't they won't interfere with that. However, if we ask if we invite them in, they will always help us, help us. They're always there for us. It's such a beautiful thing.
That brings me on to something else, actually. Actually, before I go on to that, as we're on this particular part of the conversation, I wanted to just mention this, because I remember when I was doing journalism, when I'd first gone into my journalism, so it's quite a few years back now, I won't say how many, but it was quite a few years ago, and but I was already into all mind, body, spirit stuff, loved it, and, you know, training in various different things. But I kept getting all these people coming to me. My first experiences of synchronicity in London while I was training as a journalist started around all that time. Yes. And all the people coming to me, gravitating towards me to give me their stories, were people with stories of angels, stories of, honestly, all this,
that's how it works.
Spiritual stuff, and which was fantastic, because I was like, I'm loving this, you know. And I had this one lady, though, I was bowled over with what she told me, because she had been involved in a motorbike accident. She was actually riding a Harley, and she had been thrown into the air and landed on her head. But when she went up in the air, she asked, she was like, please, angels, just come round, just support me, keep me safe, or whatever it was she said. I can't remember now what it was she said, but something obviously on those lines. And when she went down, it's like she just felt this love. She didn't feel nothing else, she just felt this love. And I was like, well, what did what happened? I mean, what injuries did you have? She said, I didn't have a scratch on my body. And I was like, you're kidding me. And naturally, you know, I was training as a journalist, so there I was. I had to actually ring up. I had to get the facts from her. I had to get the information from her of the people, of even the police who came onto the scene. And I had to actually speak to the sergeant who was at the constabulary, and actually speak to him and interview him. And I said to him, you know, what would you say under these circumstances? What do you think it was? And he went, well, I can't say what I think it was, but he said, let's just put it down to a miracle. He said that she survived, because to have survived that kind of impact, you know, without let alone, you know, she survived it, but let alone to come through that with no, you know, not a scratch on her,
injuries,
is just unheard of, you know. So
those miracles, those are the things, those are the the everyday occurrences when you invite them into your life. And I had a car accident. I've had several. I'm thankfully never been seriously injured. But one was somebody actually walked straight out in front of a car, and I was a passenger.
Right.
And I had split second just bent down to take off my shoes, because it was after a night out.
Okay.
And and he came up the bonnet, through the windscreen. All the windscreen was covered. I was absolutely covered, but I just literally thought, I'll just take my shoes off, so I didn't have a scratch on the so you do feel taken care of, you do feel protected. I mean, I do feel that, you know, when it's our time, we're gonna go. However, you know, we live in a very busy world with a lot of things going on, but I travel a lot. I travel all over the world, a lot of it on my own, and that's another thing. I always feel safe.
And Archangel Michael is the one for travel, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Well, he's one for
I'm
protection.
always calling him in.
Yeah, Archangel, you can call on Archangel Raphael as well for travel. Yeah. But for protection, Archangel Michael, I have to say,
he's a busy man,
shouldn't have favourites.
He's your favourite.
But I do.
That's that long curly hair.
Oh, he's just, well, I have to say,
my birthday, I'd gone out with a friend and we'd gone to London for the day. And we were driving back, I think it was the A14 that we were on at the time, and I was really tired, so I'd fallen asleep in the front, and my friend, he obviously without me knowing suddenly fell asleep at the wheel, but I just, as I sat there and I was in little dreamland or whatever it was, I just remember feeling somebody like just tapping my shoulder, and then I saw my granddad's face, and then I heard him saying to me, "Sarah, wake up, wake up." Just, that's all it was. "Sarah, wake up, wake up." And I opened my eyes and I was like, "Mac," because he was literally about to hit the Central Reservation. We were, if we'd have gone any faster than we were going, there's no way, but we must have been travelling around 60, because he doesn't drive very fast, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, that was a miracle, but that was definitely that was spirit, that was an angel, that was spirit intervening just to keep us safe.
And that's it, and just keep you where you're meant to be.
Absolutely. It's not my time yet.
It's not your time yet, no.
But yes, that kind of brings us on to share your thoughts, Lynn, on what would you say to other people that are really intrigued by this subject, by angels, and how can they connect themselves, or for those that already do sense something, how can they connect stronger? What are your thoughts on that?
My first thought is intention.
Yeah.
For me, intention is the magical key. So the intention of wanting to connect is just the most powerful part of it.
Intention.
So intention.
Yes, absolutely.
So intending to, and then for me, being still and quiet when people are rushing around, got crazy stuff going on in their lives and in their heads, you're not really going to pick up subtle signs. So making some quiet time in the day, not saying you have to live like a Buddhist monk or anything like that, but finding some time where to meditate, where you can but meditating for me is about connecting with yourself.
It can be outside.
It can be outside in nature. Nature is one of the greatest ways.
It's actually, I do meditate, not every day. I just rather get outside and...
That's it. Walking is meditation. If you're doing something mindfully, you're doing it consciously.
Absolutely.
So if you're walking and then you're bringing yourself into awareness of the sounds around you, the smells around you, that's a meditative walk. It's not having to sit going, if you want to do that, great.
You sure love your music.
But just giving yourself space and time to connect, because the spirit realm is subtle. It is, you're using extrasensory perception to connect with it. Yeah. So it's not maybe you're going to touch something, you're going to hear something with your normal hearing. It's going to be very subtle at first, and that's what my experience was. As soon as I started meditating, those things started happening. I started sensing energy, so it was like cobwebs on my face as soon as I started breathing
and feeling
somebody brushing past you,
absolutely.
Or somebody stroking your hair,
breeze, or
or going cold. A cold draft past you. So if you're busy and you're rushing around, you're not going to sense those kind of things. So it does take a little bit of time to get in tune. And then with the angels is just invoking them in, asking them in, give me signs. So whether that's, I've just found a coin earlier in your house, which I didn't notice when I nipped to the ladies' room earlier, and I didn't notice it the first time. But there we go. Coins, finding shiny coins. One of my little stories is finding feathers, but finding shiny coins in tube stations. It's one of mine, because nobody has.
I find feathers a lot.
Yeah, at the beginning I was inundated with feathers. But now it's coins. Maybe I've been asking for more abundance in my life, and they're giving it me in all sorts of beautiful, incredible ways. So people don't have coins in tube stations because everything's paid with cards.
Butterflies was another one of mine.
Butterflies.
And when I went out to buy new mugs,
yes,
what did I see on my mugs? Butterflies.
Animals, nature, those kind of things are great classic signs.
Animals,
music as well, hearing beautiful music.
And of course,
words in songs as well that are very meaningful to what you're going through, gives you an answer. It's one of my favourite things is a random music play that I have is Ask the Angels, give me a message in the next lyrics.
And then you get in the car and then all of a sudden it comes on over the radio or something. Yeah. Or in a book. That's
or a
classic,
book. That's a great one to take me to the most appropriate page.
I love those synchronistic signs, but we must mention something just quickly because we're running out of time, but we must mention something about the numbers. The number sequences, everyone's getting them now. We're all seeing them, we're all experiencing it. I had one day the other day, 1111, 2222. 1414 said to you a minute ago, 1414 on the clock, we had the numbers earlier as well, didn't we? We picked you up from the train stations like
888 333 straight away. Those now,
your thoughts on those?
I mean, we have numbers, pretty much everything has a number on it, but when you start
seeing the sequences,
and there's little books that you can get, there's apps that you can get that give you the angelic meaning of the maths, and I'm
always googling the numbers.
Google them.
I think it's about alignment, isn't it?
Yes, so appropriate, so in alignment of where you are at the time, and you've maybe sending out thoughts, and you're being brought into alignment with that, and they're just giving you that sign, that message. Yes, you're on the right path. Yes, you're in alignment.
I think it's important at the time as well, when you see those numbers, to actually become aware of exactly what it was you were thinking at the time.
It's timing. It's always timing. What were you thinking just before it, or what have you been experiencing just before it? And it does make you smile.
I love this subject. I could talk all day about it. Unfortunately, we're running out of time today, though. But oh my gosh, Lynn, you've so got to come back, and we're going to have to do this all again.
Been a pleasure.
I'd love to hear more about your, what's
There's
happening with
stories.
you and stuff. We could sit here all day talking about this, couldn't we?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Different experiences we've both had, and we could write a joint book with this,
let's it.
Anyway, yes, do you have anything else you'd like to share? And also let us know where people can find you, your website, your Facebook page, social media.
Easy to find. My website is lynnavis.com. You find me on Facebook, Lynn Avis, and I have a little group on Facebook as well, which is for Earth Angels, light workers, empaths. So you can find me easily on that. And you're in there too. Yeah, the energy is lovely.
It's very gentle energy.
It's a very loving energy, and that's what I want to create with angels. So I just want to share the love. I just want to share the love of the angelic realm and get that out into everyday life. It doesn't have to be woo-woo. It doesn't have to be that you sit meditating for hours on end. You can just have it practical everyday grounded use,
absolutely,
and it's fun as well.
I think it's what it's about these days as well. It is being about keeping a foot in both worlds, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we all love the woo woo. We all love and I love even saying woo woo. I love it. But yes, it is about keeping grounded with it. Keep practical. Ask them, have that, like you said, have that intention. Ask them to come into your life on a daily basis
and watch the magic flow when you do.
Oh yeah,
we love the magic.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Lynn, for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and we'll speak to you soon. Ta-da for now.